Nothing Special. The true story of horses inspiring spiritual awakenings in the most unexpected of ways. Written by Leia Hughey. Edited by Kent Goodman. Chapters narrated by Stan Welsh. Forward, acknowledgments, and introduction narrated by Nita Halstead.
Forward. There is a language older by far and deeper than words. It is the language of bodies, of body on body, wind on snow, rain on trees, wave on stone. It is the language of dream, gesture, symbol, memory. We have forgotten this language. We do not even remember that it exists. Derek Jensen, A Language Older Than Words. The book you are holding is made up of words, each one perfectly positioned, as an inspired artist places a single brushstroke to not only tell a story of the mutual healing that is possible between horses and humans, but to literally create in the reader a sense of what a truly therapeutic relationship feels like. Here, Leia Hughey takes us on a wild adventure, one that starts by accident but ultimately provides both a path and a purpose, a way back to touching that very tender place inside ourselves where our hearts are capable of connecting with and repairing each other. I was drawn to Leia the first time I met her. I recognize now that I sensed that she would provide a turning point for me and my loved ones, though I had no idea how. My family had been fragmented by divorce, betrayal, and several traumatic events which had taught this mother's heart the meaning of the word unspeakable. Some pain is simply too horrific, too deep, or spans too many generations to ever be adequately described. We had attempted both individual and family counseling through several local therapists who were quite skilled in various talk therapies, but none of these experiences had provided the healing we were seeking. In fact, both my daughter and my son had felt betrayed by well-meaning therapists who had not been sensitive enough to their needs or had demanded that they open up before they were ready to. In a final effort to help my children deal with the damage that had been done and to restore their faith in counseling, I reached out to Leia, not even knowing about her horsepower psychotherapy practice or her newest colleague, Sebastian, as he was known then. I remember the smell of the barn, the warmth of the air surrounding Sebastian as he took deep breaths on the morning of my daughter's first session. I can still recall how the pounding of hooves made the grassy ground sound more solid than it looked, and how surprisingly long the horse's eyelashes were. I took it all in, as if I were in a foreign country. My own experiences with horses had been limited to two in early childhood, an often repeated story of a 3-year-old me miraculously riding a bee-stung mare to a halt after she had jerked the lead rope from the hands of her keeper to buck for what had felt like an eternity to my mother, and a personal memory of falling off a young stallion who had decided to jump rather than step over a small ditch and lightly landed on my open hand without breaking a single bone when I was 9. I had arrived with plenty of fear, but also fascination. My daughter, on the other hand, seemed ready to ride. She had longed to sit atop such a magnificent creature and had only said yes to this new therapy because she had planned on being in control. I sensed her disappointment immediately when she realized that, at best, she might get to touch him. Under Leia's careful guidance, though, an amazing dance ensued between my daughter and Sebastian, completely unchoreographed and performed for nobody else. In this dance, both horse and human are acutely aware that the other can, at any moment, become more powerful. Each could take some action which might put the other in a one-down position. When this doesn't happen, when both parties meet as genuine equals with no desire to dominate and work together to communicate so intimately, this experience, even a single experience like this, can be immensely reparative, mutually reparative. Leia manages to capture the intense magic of these moments, as well as the overall salvation they provide.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?